Hey guys, this is a tutorial for Rictusempra, or Rictusempra skip, or Rictusempra, whichever one you prefer. So, a couple things to note. Your FPS needs to be 120 the whole time, because part of the reason we do cap this game at 120 is so we can skip the cutscene fast enough. And another thing to note is that we'll be using double inputs, so if you don't know what that is, the game allows us to bind two keys to the same input, and if you hold both of those keys at the same time, he gets a little jump in his step when he starts moving. So just to demonstrate, here's one forward, here's one back, and here's two. Notice how he gets a little push. Like the camera kind of jolts. Whereas it's more gradual with the single input. And in this trick we'll be using double back, so this. Alright. Depending on what you set your skip cutscene key to, your finger position might have to be a little weird. I use E as my skip cutscene. Most people use shift, but I don't use shift because sticky keys pops up warning and I don't want to deal with that. If I hold like 4 keys at the same time with shift. So I just use E. I find it easier for me. So what's gonna happen is Professor Lockhart is gonna say, "You complete the challenge, Harry. 15 points of Gryffindor." So you skip the cutscene after that, and as soon as you skip the cutscene after that, you want to get into position. So the position is 2 back and 1 right. Hold both backs and 1 right. So this, right? SDF. Oh, I forgot to mention, R is my second forward, F is my second back. So 2 backs, 1 right. So I have ring finger on S, middle finger on D, index on F. Like that. Because what's going to happen is Harry's going to move like this in the cutscene. In the first cutscene of Rictusempra. He's going to move like, you're going to see him move like this. Just for a split second. Because ideally, as soon as you see him do this, you're going to skip the cutscene. Alright, so let me show you the whole trick in total. Alright, so what you notice there is Harry went like this, and then I immediately skipped the cutscene. Because what that did, and I'll show you. Harry's at an angle here. Harry gets an angle. Like that. Because normally, if I just let Harry walk forward, skip the cutscene, he's facing directly forward. Like he should be, right? But doing this spawns Harry at an angle, and that angle allows us to not have to move the mouse at all. At all. We don't move the mouse. We don't turn the mouse. I hit the right click for jump, but that's it. It makes it really consistent, which is nice, because this trick saves 3 minutes. It skips the entire level. So that time, the time was off. So you want to get into position quick. Now, so you got the angle, right? You're holding both backs. You're holding both backs for like the good chunk of the skip. You can hold it the entire time. I don't, because muscle memory. It just works for me. But you don't. I'll get it without letting go of either one. But it is. I think it is more difficult because Harry, as you can see, he's not strafing right enough. He's strafing less to the right than if you're holding 1 back. So he lands here, whereas if I hold both backs and jump, or the wrong keys, he only lands here. You see that? He doesn't strafe to the right enough. See? And the key is you gotta strafe right into this corner. You're beating this barrier to this position. That's what you're doing. Because this bottom barrier is gonna be closed to you, but you can beat this top one. You can jump over this bottom barrier and access this door before this closes. So there is one right, one back, and there's two back, one right. He strafes left to the right if you hold both backs. That's why I don't use it. So back to the skip. Let go of one of the backs because of that last jump. Because of that last jump, I strafe right enough to avoid the barrier. And the last thing I will say is the timing. When do you do the last jump? There is an audio cue, and I will mute myself. I will turn the game volume up. I want you guys to hear it. What I'm looking for is the sound of the top barrier closing. So you're gonna hear the barriers behind me close. What you're gonna first hear is the bottom one close, and then you'll hear the top one. But it's kind of a continuous sound. It's a certain pitch in the sound. You'll hear it when I turn this volume up. So I'll mute. It's gonna be loud, I think, but it'll be worth. Alright, that was too loud. Here for that do. That second do is when I jump. I'll do it again. Now when I missed it is because I jumped too early, but I hope you see that pitch in the sound when I jump. There is a visual cue, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'll see if I can pick it up. So it's about here. I guess it's about here. This line. I don't know if you can see this line. You can faintly make it out from the bricks. Here is an alternative setup that people use for the skip. If you use shift, that's what it looks like. You don't have to. That's not gonna work. Okay. What you can do is just hold these three buttons.
Welcome, Harry Potter.
Then shift. Then let go of S. That time was close. But I guess for the shift setup, it's much easier to hold all four at the same time. But yeah, like I said in the previous video, You want to jump with one back and one right. You don't want to hold both backs. You want strafe right enough. But yeah, that's going to be it for the second setup. Thanks for watching.